Hey Google. What's happening, y'all? Welcome to another Big Fella Live. As you can see, I am indoors today. It is still raining outside, and rather than having all this electronic gear out there on the deck and risk of shocking myself, I decided to go ahead and do the live inside tonight. A little bit of a different setup, as you can see. Um, Before we get started in tonight's show, I wanted to show you guys my shirt that came in finally. I ordered it a couple weeks ago. The Catching Tree Pounders design. You can actually get yours at my Teespring store. It should be in the description box of the video once this posts to YouTube, along with other things like pint glasses and coffee mugs. You name it, it's probably on there. But tonight's show, we wanted to go ahead and discuss a few topics. The leading topic is probably one of the biggest controversies in the hunting world is hunting with dogs, using dogs to, excuse me, using dogs to like drive deer. I wanted to discuss that with you guys tonight, but we're just going to go ahead and give everybody a little more time to get in there. But everybody can say their hellos and stuff. Um, I see Randall has joined. I want to welcome you, Randall. Oh yeah, you got your. I do remember you ordering a shirt. I definitely appreciate that. Um, Hope everybody's week was good. Mine was good. My daughter graduated high school yesterday. We went out and celebrated out there. After her graduation, we went out and ate dinner with the family. Had a good time. Definitely some memories captured and all that good stuff. But there won't be a cigar tonight. I actually don't smoke in my house, and I'm actually drinking water tonight because old big fella didn't have a chance to go to the store and get much of anything to drink or smoke tonight. So we're just going to be sitting here chilling, sipping on some water, and talk about some things tonight. So just go ahead and give it a few more minutes for a couple people to join, and we'll go ahead and get started with tonight's topics.
We got the water on again. I don't know.
Apparently, we left our. We're trying to fill our pool with our well water, and we probably overfilled it. So I'll probably have to do some emptying with that tomorrow. Let's give it a couple more minutes. My air source kind of sucks. I'm very hot natured. I have a little portable AC that helps cool the front half of the house, pointing directly at me, and it turned it off for me. There we go. Get that thing cranking. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Wanted to talk to tonight about hunting with dogs. It is a huge controversy. Still, hunters consider people hunting with dogs lazy, and dog hunters consider people hunting like and sitting in deer stands all day lazy. It's just a big fiasco. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it on Facebook or not, or social media. The arguments among people with that hunt with dogs and people that still hunt or what have you. But me personally, I've done both, and I've had a blast doing both. I don't think either is lazy in the least. The amount of preparation that you have to go through to hunt with dogs, or still hunting, setting up your tree stands and creating shooting lanes, trying to, look for deer signs and all that good stuff. A lot of work goes into both sides. If you guys want, you guys can throw your comments over there in the comment section. Let me know how you guys feel about it. But it's legal here in Virginia. Honestly, I think in parts of Virginia it's actually needed because some of the woods around here, especially where I live at, the woods are extremely thick. And you sit in a tree stand all day, hoping that deer comes out of all that brush. You might not even be able to see them, but if you get a couple beagles and some good old friends, and you just create your nice shooting line, and the dogs can jump them out of the brush. Plus, that sound of that dog howling, getting those deer up and at them, is just top notch to me. But let me know what you guys think. I don't see dog hunting with dogs a problem. And I know long time ago in history, different cultures hunted with dogs. The English, did their fox and hound hunts, and I guess the tradition kind of sort of carried on over here, and I guess it evolved into hunting with deer, dogs with deer. But yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking over there in the comment section. But that's just my personal take on everything. I will get out there and still hunt. I do love that as well, especially sitting out there in the peace and quiet up in the tree stand or in a blind, taking me a decent nap or two in the ground blind a couple times. Probably some of the best sleep I've gotten, just like camping. But yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking.
That's where the water's at.
Okay.
July 15th.
All right, good news. The pool's in good shape.
Remember when you took Gavin the first time you took him in the blind and he saw a frog and screamed and y'all didn't see anything for the whole day?
Yeah, I remember that. And speaking of Gavin, who's not here tonight, he's at his grandma's house. Took him hunting. We were sitting out in the ground blind. I don't know if you could hear my wife off camera, but I took him out there and he saw a frog and it hopped and he screamed, and I already knew right then and there we weren't going to see any deer, but he didn't know that, so we just decided to go ahead and stay out there and excuse me, go out there and stay and let him get the good old experience. See some other hunting memories I've had with the boys. I remember I remember telling you guys I've shot my very first deer with Isaiah being with me, and I shot it with my crossbow. As a matter of fact, both times I've only killed 2 deer so far. I haven't really got a chance to hunt a whole lot. Both deer I've killed have been sitting in a blind or tree stand, or just sitting out in the field somewhere. Haven't killed one in front of a dog yet. Want to try to change that this year. Anybody on here that's part of a hunting club, let me know if you guys are looking for members. I'd be more than happy to come out and give it a try. But I will be trying to find some land somewhere to hunt and try to get after some deer. Completely missed turkey season. Don't really do much small game hunting, but might go ahead and do that too. Fried rabbit's pretty good. Fried squirrel's pretty good from what I hear. I haven't had fried squirrel, but I've had fried rabbits. Pretty good. So I don't see anybody saying much of anything in the comments section. But yeah, my take on it again is, if you have your hunting license and it's legal, do whatever makes you happy, no matter what anybody says. I do know it's a problem with some people saying, dogs don't know property lines, and a dog will cross the property line that you're allowed to hunt and go into neighboring properties, and then you have to go and retrieve them. I know there are laws put in place for that. For instance, you got to leave your gun at the vehicle while you go retrieve your dogs. Can't carry your gun on the property. It's always a good idea to ask the property owners if you can retrieve your dogs, but I know there's stuff like that put in place. And I know here lately, with as private as people have been getting, it's I know a lot of people don't want other people on their property. And I think there was an instance in Caroline County where hunting dog got onto somebody's property and the property owner shot it. And I think that the property owner got in some big trouble. I have to find a news article again. See, Cameron going on, Cameron? How you been? A long time no see. Cameron says dog hunting will be banned within the next 5 to 10 years here in Virginia because of us going to commercial hunting. Yeah, my gut is telling me that if not for that reason, I know they just passed a law, I believe it was last year, that we weren't able to hunt with rifles in this part of Virginia. But I think as long as now, if you're at least 10 feet or more in the air, you can. So I can see dog hunting starting to die down because of that. But also with the commercial hunting as well, I can see it dying down. And if it doesn't get banned, it'll probably just phase itself out. I feel like dog hunting might be a little more expensive because you do got to feed the dogs year round. Whereas if you can't get to the property to maintain it for a couple months, and it's the property is still there, you just got to spend a little extra time clearing stuff out. But yeah, Cam, you do make a valid point there. I do think if it's not going to be banned, it's definitely going to die out eventually. I think my little AC is making me a little chilly now. Starting to get the sniffles over here. Also, if you guys have not liked or subscribed to my YouTube channel, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hop on over there and do that. If you guys are subscribed, I definitely appreciate it. I know some of you guys have been long-time subscribers, and I really, really appreciate you guys sticking around with the big fella. Cameron says, I own a pack of deer dogs, but I am slowly getting tired of all the drama that comes with this way of hunting. Also, yeah, I was on Facebook the other day, and even though it's not deer season, people are still talking about people hunting with dogs and how it's become a nuisance to them. Yeah, I do kind of get their side. I'm a person that can see both sides of the story. I can see how property owners could be mad about strange dogs that people always been on their property during hunting season because they're chasing dogs, or deer don't know property lines either. If a dog is chasing a deer from your property and then all of a sudden a herd of deer comes running through your backyard and tears up something, that could be an issue as well. Or dog bites a property owner because the property owner is trying to contain it. Yeah, I do get all of that too. The phone is echoing. I was seeing some more comments come in. Myself personally, I don't own a pair of dogs. The hunting club I did, they had a few people that lived close by that always took care of them. I know some people have also complained about dogs being kept in kennels a lot.
You have a pair of dogs.
Yeah, they're not hunting dogs by any means whatsoever. Yeah, we have a couple in the room.
It's like their home.
Yeah, they'd be out here barking at you guys. That's a good glass of water. And Cameron, I don't know if you're still here, but have you been starting to notice like some of your property owners starting to switch their ways, as far as them like not being bothered by hunting, and then start like those property owners starting to voice their concerns about dogs being near or on their property, or vehicles being in the road from people trying to capture the dogs after the drive? I know we've had somewhat of an instance like that. The last time I was hunting with a club, somebody was driving on the road and they were complaining about how dog hunters are always on the road blocking things up, trying to capture dogs and all that good stuff. Yeah, with their landowners, not at all, but we have some people buying all the land, and that is causing us some problems. We ended up losing the hunting club I was part of before it disbanded. That's part of the reason why we disbanded in the first place, because we were just running out of land. I think I'm not sure how many acres there was, but we went from like 11, 12 pieces of property to 4. And once you run dogs to that so many times, it gets kind of dry after a while if the dogs are always in there and the deer won't come back. So they ended up disbanding and going their separate ways to the other hunting clubs and stuff like that. It was kind of sad to see. I was actually starting to, become friends with everybody there, but everybody's gone their separate ways and whatnot. I feel like the ice is melting kind of fast. And once we're done with this topic, y'all, I got a couple other topics I've been wanting to talk about too. Mainly the whole electronic situation with front facing sonar coming out. I want to see what your guys' take on that is too. Come a long ways since down imaging and stuff like that, and we'll go ahead and talk about that kind of stuff in a little while. Unless you guys want to talk about it now, I don't really see anybody talking too much about hunting with dogs or anything like that. I think everybody's kind of like got their side. I can see both sides of it. Honestly, I've done both. You can't hunt with dogs during archery season. So I know a lot of people get out there in the woods, even dog hunters. They'll do archery for a while. So I think dogs hunters can kind of sort of see both sides of it too. But if you are strictly a still hunter, I guess it's kind of hard to see like where all the dog hunters are coming from. Trying to defend their way of hunting. All right. If anybody else wants to say anything about dog hunting, they can in the comments section. But I think we're going to go ahead and move on to the next topic I wanted to talk about, and that is fishing with electronics. Like, how much is too much? I know fishing tournaments, they have their stipulations on what electronics are allowed, what aren't. But I know we went from down imaging to side imaging to live view, now to front facing sonar. It's just been evolution after evolution, which I am all for. But when does it become too much? And when do we like get away from fishing with our instincts and just relying on electronics so much? It almost gets to a point now where you're looking more at the screen than you are trying to read signs and look for signs of life and things like that. Looking for birds flying overhead, like trying to fish for schools of fish and looking for bait fish and all that good stuff, and actually knowing like a fish's habitat. What are you guys thinking? Thought I heard somebody knocking. I know with on my boat, I have down imaging and side imaging. I mainly use it to try to find structure. I'll be honest with you. I think what I'm looking at sometimes might be fish. I'm never really 100% sure, to be quite honest with you. But I can see, especially on the side image, I'm like, oh, that's a little tree over there, or that's a rock pile. So I'll fish it and hope that there's fish on there. Michael says it's costly, but I'm aiming for live scope hopefully by next year. Man, you missed out on a good deal with my buddy Darren's boat. He sold his boat, and he sold the live scope and everything with it. I forget how much he sold it for, but I loved fishing off of his boat, probably more than fishing off of my own. Um, but yeah, it is definitely costly. I forgot what the cost of the live scope setup was. That's why I ended up going with like down and side imaging. Michael says he's after GPS and spot lock mainly right now. Um, I hear you on that. I have the Minn Kota Tarova, and I absolutely love that thing. Not having to drop an anchor when I want to sit still, I can just hit that little spot lock button and stay right there where I'm at. The only thing that annoys me with the spot lock is how if the wind changes the direction, then the back of the boat is going to swing because it's always going to try to keep you facing head on into the wind, so it doesn't have to work as hard. But that if you know when you get a chance to get finally get a hold of something with spot lock, you'll fall in love with it instantly. If I can find a way to rig up something to put it on my kayak and have it like spot lock and all that stuff, I think I'm gonna definitely do it. Only thing that's going to suck is I'm going to have to register my kayak as a boat after that. See, Paul has joined. What's going on, Paul? And looks like Quee's in the chat. Hey, Quee, what's going on?
What can we know about fishing?
But the neat thing about the Tarova also, Michael, is that oh god, I haven't used it in such a long time. I forgot what the Minn Kota calls it. It pretty much allows you to be able to fish hands free. Like I have a pond that I fish frequently, Guardy's Mill Pond. I have on my remote, I can like choose. I could go there. I've been there, and I've like kind of like recorded like a path that I normally fish. Like it'll take you all the way around. You can record that, and the next time you go, it's called an eye track. That's what it's called. Um, you can record however you fish. Like if you mainly just like parallel the banks the whole way around the lake. If you record that and save it, the next time you go to the lake, you can hit play. And I usually have my remote hanging around my chest, and I can just like fish hands free. If I catch a fish, I can hit the spot lock button, and it'll stay right there in that same spot. Quee says she's learning, girl.
She can go fishing with us.
Yeah, there's always room on the boat. We'll make room. I've had 4 people on my boat before. Let's see. Aunt Amy's in the chat. Hey, when are we coming to for a big marlin? I'm game for trying to fish for a marlin. I know them things fight long and hard, and hopefully I'm up for the task. But yeah, I would love to come fish for a marlin. As for me, if I would ever own front facing sonar, honestly, probably not. I feel like I don't fish that often, or like the way I fish, I don't want to have to rely on it. And I plan on like not taking the boat all the time. I'm do plan on getting out there on the kayak and stuff like that. I would hate to spend all that money and I fish on the kayak for like 3 weekends in a row, and then I take the boat out one weekend and try to use the front facing sonar and all that stuff. I think I'm just a little old school when it comes to electronics.
What's a marlin?
It's it's a huge fish. I think it has the sword nose thing kind of, if I remember right. Or am I thinking about something else? You might have to Google that.
I'm literally thinking about the sword and the stone.
Jesus.
Is it an ocean fish?
Yeah, it's definitely an ocean fish. I want to go after some tuna one of these days too. A fresh tuna steak on the grill sounds amazing right now.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that thing's got some jump to it. Just don't get poked by the sword.
Yeah, I was thinking. I immediately went to the Sword and Stone. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Hi, Aunt Amy.
Let's see. Amy said yes, it's sword nose fish and dolphin. Is dolphin similar to mahi mahi, if I remember right? And she said they also have tuna down there as well.
Mm,
Sounds like we need to make a trip to Mexico.
yeah.
Harry Hill. Hey, what's going on, Harry? Long time no see. He said, do I do any saltwater fishing? I have not gone deep sea saltwater fishing. The closest I've gotten to saltwater fishing is fishing right here off the Potomac, mainly catching catfish and croaker, things like that. But I haven't done any deep sea fishing, like catching grouper or anything like that. Amy does say yes. Dolphin is mahi mahi. Mahi mahi is delicious.
Yeah.
As they say, the fish so nice they named it twice. But yeah, Harry, not much saltwater fishing. I guess they for here around here, that part of the body of water that I fish, you do need a saltwater license to fish it, but it's mainly brackish. So whatever comes through there, like croaker, I think skate comes through here every once in a while. Rockfish definitely. I'll try to go for rockfish whenever they're in season. Let's see what other kind of electronics are there. I remember one time I was looking into outboard motors and I want to be able to get a little bit further and go a little bit faster, especially when I'm out there on the river. And I came across electric outboard motors, and I started researching those, and some of them were like 120 volt or something like that. I'm like, man, how do you achieve 120 volt? You literally got to hook up like 10 batteries in series to get it. I'm like, wow, 10 batteries. If one battery goes, you got to do all that troubleshooting to find out which battery it is. I was like, yeah, no thanks. And then also, I looked into propane motors too. That one, I almost got one, but for I can't remember why I didn't end up getting it. But yeah, a propane motor would have been pretty good. It just not have the extra tank, like the heavier tank of gas. I can carry like a 20-pound propane tank with me, and it doesn't have to be so much weight in the boat. But yeah, if you guys want to talk some more about that or hunting with dogs, you can continue that conversation in the comment section. I'll when I see the comment, I'll pop it up on the screen. Next thing I wanted to talk about is something that's been kind of on my mind here lately, and it's like what kind of legacy is Big Fella going to leave behind, and that is something that's sort of like a fishing fraternity. I know there are a couple out there. I was looking it up. I can't quite remember the names, but I feel like having a brotherhood of fishing would definitely be a nice legacy to be able to leave behind for my kids to run. Um, I really don't know how to go about getting it started, and don't really know how to run a fraternity. It's kind of in like the idea stage at this point. But I do think that is something I do want to try to do. What are you guys thinking about that? Like, I think a fishing fraternity would be pretty neat, especially to the if I could gets to the point where people will join it, and then like if you're a member of it, you get like discounts at certain places or um, cheaper hotel stay for fishing tournaments, things like that. I really feel like if it ever got that big, it would like I'd be in heaven smiling down on it if it ever got that big. I don't know if I'd be alive to see it. It'd be nice, but I feel like I'd have to grow pretty rapidly. Paul said, "Hey, now you are not going anywhere." Yeah, I don't plan on going anywhere right now, but I don't know if you guys know this or not. I'm 38. I'll be 39 in November. I wish I was getting younger, but I'm not. But it's definitely something I want to, like have my kids run. Paul says I'm going to be here forever. Yeah, one can only hope that. Can you imagine how much fishing I'd be able to get done then if I was around forever?
These kids let us know we're getting old every day.
Every day. I mean, with daughter just graduating last night, um, I'm sitting up there in the stands and I'm taking pictures. And whenever I click lock my phone, the screen goes black, and I'm sitting there looking at the reflection of myself on the phone screen, and I can see the gray hairs and the reflection. I'm like, geez, Louise, I need to dye this or something. But I'm not ashamed of my gray hairs. So. Paul said he is 53 and I'm way too young.
Is that the Paul you work with?
No.
Oh.
He's won a couple giveaways, Paul.
Well, I'm not getting old. I was mistaken for the sister at IHOP yesterday, which means I'm still young.
Yeah. I heard my daughter went to IHOP for breakfast yesterday, and the waitress, not mistake, but because they, I guess if you look at them, they kind of look like they look alike. So I guess they thought they were sisters. And it made my wife feel pretty young. Well, let me make you a seat.
We look like twins, but she was telling me I was young, and I'll take that compliment. I told Jalissa, I said, one of two ways, either I'm looking very young or you're looking old, so we'll go with me looking young.
My name says the fraternity today idea is awesome. Getting and keeping the next generations involved and including people who never had a chance to learn. I think that is a wonderful idea. Yeah, that's like something I definitely wanted to include, like especially get younger kids involved, especially like kids that don't have any family members that know how to fish. I'd be more than happy to like help them and help their mom, dad, aunts, uncles get into it. It's really a wonderful pastime. Paul said both of us are young. We'll take that compliment.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Just when I get up in the morning, I'm gonna need you here to preach that to my knees when I'm trying to get out of bed, and they're aching and my back's aching and all that stuff.
So the fraternity idea, Gavin's going to be the one like heading the fishing side of it, and Isaiah will be heading the party side of it.
Yeah.
He'll be the frat brother that plans all the parties.
All the cookouts and whatnot.
Gavin's going to be the one telling them to go to bed because they got to get up in the morning to go fishing.
Come on, y'all, we got a fishing trip. I can hear him now.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next segment. Catch of the week. Oh, it muted the mic. Cool. And unmuted it for me. Yeah, I got a few fishing pictures. Michael loaded me down with some fishing pictures. He's been out here slaying them. I believe this is one of his kids. They got a whole cooler full of crappie. That made me kind of jealous when he said that to me. I was like, damn, I haven't got on any crappie this year yet.
I think you guys emptied out that crappie pond y'all go to.
I believe you're right, because we haven't caught crappie there in a long time. Let's see. Here's another. Can't tell what that is. That's some sort of sunfish. I need to get brushed up on my sunfish identification. Well, up to me, I'm like, oh, that's a bluegill. Except crappie, I know what crappie look like. But if you were to ask me to look at try to pick out the differences between like Warmouth or any other sunfish, they're all bluegill. Here's a nice bass that Michael caught here. And Michael, if you're still in here, how much that one weigh? But that's a pretty nice one. Look at the belly on that thing. That's a true blue football right there.
Yeah.
I posted a reel of one of my past fishing adventures. Okay, Mike said it was 4.1 pounds. So yeah, that's a pretty nice little chunky fella there. I had posted a reel earlier in the week, and I had caught like a little dink, and I was talking about it. Somebody made fun of my little fish, and somebody said I manhandled that little baby. It kind of made me feel bad, but that's that's what was in the pond at the time. And here's another one, pretty nice crappie right there. That'd make a nice
crappie.
yeah, that'd make a nice sandwich right there. Then we got his wife with a bass. And a whole stringer of crappie there. Michael, I don't know when you're having the fish fry, but definitely send me an invite because I haven't had a mess of fresh crappie in a really long time. It's probably literally been a year.
Yeah, I mean the last couple times you and Darren have gone to that crappie spot.
It was tough fishing.
Yeah,
Tough fishing.
I think it just got overfished because there was always a lot of people there.
Yeah. And see, then we have Wayne here with a really nice rainbow trout. Fishes out of the Shenandoah Valley. I need to get out there and get me a couple of those.
Didn't we go up there to where they like breed the trout and like put them into the water?
That was in Pennsylvania. Yeah, that was Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a fishery that they like raise. I think it was brown trout, and then they release them right into the river. Mike says, "I want to get on bass, but hard to pull off the panfish." Yeah, especially when they're biting really good. Yeah, that was Wayne's. Let me move this comment out the way. That was Wayne's trout. And then I apologize if you're watching, but I forget this gentleman's name, but he sent me a picture of this bass on Facebook. And this one's a nice one too.
Yeah, that is. I'm curious what it weighs.
Yeah. I think I asked him in the comment because he commented on one of my pictures. I think I asked him and I don't think he replied back. But yeah, that was if I were to fathom a guess, I'm thinking right around 4 pounds. It has the belly. He's kind of holding it close. Yeah, I know some people like to long arm their fish to make it look bigger. I'm thinking about 3.5, 4, somewhere in there.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever caught a bass that big. Maybe catfish.
Yeah,
I caught some nice sized catfish.
indeed. We ate those. we didn't care how much they weighed.
It's probably my favorite fish.
Yeah. The way I clean them, they come out pretty good.
Some catfish nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
With a little bit of cornbread and maybe some dirty rice or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Y'all gonna make me go to Sheets after this. Making me hungry. And we went shopping for the cookout that we're supposed to be having next weekend, and we ate at Waffle House. That's always our go-to breakfast spot. You can't beat that all American breakfast. Then for dinner we went to this Mexican like little taco restaurant called La Tingeria. Oh, you want to talk about amazing? I think they were voted top. They were in the top 100 restaurants.
For the
It was in Virginia.
Washingtonian?
Yeah, the Washingtonian. There we go.
For 23 and 24.
Yeah, 2 years running. I was like, wow.
Somebody posted a comment. I was trying to read it. I'm like blind, you guys. I would have to be like right in your faces to read the comments on the screen.
Randy says, "Hey, big fella, I still hunt, but if you like running dogs, drop the tailgate. Nothing wrong with that. Are you still hunting with buckshot or slugs? I like using buckshot. If I'm still hunting, I guess it depends on where I'm at. If I'm somewhere where I can like reach out and touch them, I'll use a rifled slug in my smoothbore shotgun all day long. But if I'm in close quarters, I like the buckshot." Mike says he loves dirty rice and cornbread. Yeah, we can get along nicely. Randall says Huddle House is where it's at. He's down in Georgia, not too far from where we were in Atlanta, I believe. Um, but yeah, we passed a bunch of Huddle Houses down there. We were kind of curious to know if they were kind of like Waffle House or if it was like a knockoff Waffle House or who was copying who, but we never stopped at one. Timothy is what's going on? Timothy, how have you been? Thanks for joining the live. Yeah, man, you can't beat Waffle House. What, $10 for a waffle, a meat side, hash brown or grits, toast, eggs. Walk out of there full and happy.
I like the food, but I think I like watching them cook it and seeing how they run the whole shebang.
Yeah, it's like breakfast hibachi.
Yeah.
And we always sit at the bar whenever we go to Waffle House because it intrigues us both. Like we'll place our order and we're like sitting there like, hey, look, they get ready to start, and then you hear the lady pull one bacon and something with hash browns and that waffle, and then our order comes out correct. I'm like, man, Waffle House needs to teach these things a thing or two to like McDonald's or somebody, because they have the order on the screen and you can read it in the shorts, right? And they still give you the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
If somebody were to ask me, can you tell me a good example of what good communication looks like, I'm gonna tell them to go to Waffle House.
Yeah. Because they don't have to repeat themselves usually either.
Yeah. Timothy says, I love to run my dogs. Don't talk about it. Drop the tailgate and let your dogs do the talking. I want to know if I can take my hounds to heaven. Hey, yeah. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a whole hunting section dedicated to dog hunters up there. But yeah, back to the dog hunting thing. Some people get like real nasty about it on Facebook. And some of the comments, I'm like, wow. Like some of them got a little violent. I'm pretty sure they've got kicked out of that group. But some those of you that just joined, I don't know if you guys saw it from the beginning of this show, but I finally got me some merch to wear. This is the Tree Pounder shirt, catching tree pounders. If you want one, hop on over to my store. It should be down there in the comment section. Amy says, you know how they do that? They put a piece of tomato or a packet of mayonnaise or a jelly pack in a certain place on the plate to map the cook and see the map. Is crazy. Oh, that's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wondered why, we've got different flavors of jelly. They never asked us what flavor of jelly we want. They just like throw us jelly.
Yeah, today I got apple butter.
Oh, I wish I would have known that, because I would have sold that for my biscuit. I think I got like a wild berry or something like that.
I used my apple butter, sir.
Oh, sorry. Amy said they used to hunt with dogs in Nebraska for coons and pheasant. I think they still hunt with dogs like during dove season too, if I'm not mistaken. I'd like to try that too. I've watched what's the show on Netflix, the hunting show, Meat Eater, and there was an episode where he went out to the Shenandoah Valley somewhere to hunt with a couple guys to do some dove hunting, and they had dogs, and like the amount of shots going off in there was like wild. But they got a nice amount of doves and they cooked them up a bunch of different ways. I was like, man, I gotta try that. Timothy says he's been doing it for 40 years, and it can get a little crazy sometimes with people against it. But if they stop the dog just going to go after the next thing hunting, uh, best to all get along and help each other. I do agree. There were some people that they said they were strictly still hunters and they've been sitting in a blind, and some dogs ran deer to them while they were sitting in the blind, and they shot it. The hunters, like came over to get the dog and saw the deer, and they weren't mad at all. And I don't know if the guy actually hunted with them a couple times or not, but I mean, we could definitely help each other out. That's for sure.
I just personally think if I sat in the blind, I'd be asleep.
I told you I don't took me plenty of good nap out there in that blind in the woods. I woke up, I'm like, oh my God, what time is it?
My dad used to go hunting after work, and I swear I think he'd sleep through the whole hunting trip because he'd be in the blind.
Yeah.
He'd work an overnight shift and get up and go hunting right after work. I swear he probably slept more than he hunted.
Yeah. Yeah, Timothy, I can't remember where you live at, Timothy. They Virginia, well, my part of Virginia, I can't remember some of the stuff. I think there's a line like the Blue Ridge Mountain line or something like that, where the laws are different on that side of the mountain than it is here. But they rifles if you're more than 10 feet in the air. So I'm contemplating on trying to get a hunting rifle so I can sit up in a blind with that. Not even sure what caliber I want to get yet. Somebody said 243. Somebody said do 300 blackout. I'm like, oh, okay, but I'm gonna do my research and try to find out what I think would be best for me. It's definitely gonna be pretty interesting when I can actually get one and get out there and hunt with it. Back to the fishing fraternity thing. Well, it's not really fishing fraternity. I can't remember if you weren't here when I was talking about it last week about starting a brand of shirts. So so I can use that to donate the money for different cancers. Calling it "Fishing for a Cure."
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I've been. You can see, like, I drew this on my shirt, and I kind of meant it for it to be like very stick figure-ish, but I'm going to be quite honest with you guys. This is the extent of my artistic ability, other than making these videos. But yeah, I found this kind of artistry funny for this shirt, so that's why I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. Timothy says, "Get God's caliber, the 30-06, but it can do it all with it. It's definitely worth a shot." Need to take you hunting with me one day. I know you're not going to shoot anything. I know.
I'll go just to be a part of it, but no, I'm not gonna shoot anything.
Yeah.
No, I would probably cry.
You can go out there and take a good nap. Yeah.
I would probably cry if I shot something. I don't know why hunting is different than fishing for me, but yeah.
You had the delicious goodness of fishing. You eat deer jerky, I guess.
No, I don't eat deer at all.
Oh.
Deer-
You know, Joy.
yeah. They look so sad when they're dead.
Yeah.
And their tongues are hanging out of their mouth, and it's just sad.
He said a tenderloin for supper. I remember the first deer I killed. It was a small little buck. I guess you could say it was a button buck, but one of the antlers was completely dropped down the side of its face, almost right in front of its eye. So I don't really know how I could see much out of that eye. But I killed that deer, and I think I cooked the tenderloins for dinner that night on the grill. And I think it was Gavin and I was there his first time eating deer, and they actually pretty liked it. Randall says they look better when it's on a plate. You can't tell it's a deer by then.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can. Everyone else in my family eats deer.
Yeah.
I'm the exception.
I think if I make jerky and didn't tell you it was deer, you would get it. Oh wow, this is good. But then again, I really don't make like beef jerky or anything like that, so it'd be kind of hard to trick you.
Yeah. Well, our air fryers are dehydrators, so you could practice.
Yeah. Randall says deer sausage is good.
I might could do some deer sausage. I like sausage.
Yeah. My uncle can make a deer burger so good that you can barely taste the difference between a beef hamburger and a deer burger. Amy says, "What if you did fishing for a cure and had different ribbons placed on their side with fish eyes so they look like fishes?" That was exactly my thought. Since the ribbon kind of sort of looks like a fish shape, I was trying to toy around with getting the the fisherman, the breast cancer lure, and he's fishing for that. But that was my idea. So we're kind of on the same page now, right, Amy? Janessa, your cousins love deer, antelope, elk, and more.
I believe it.
Randall says he's loved deer chili. I bet you could get down with some deer chili too.
Dad used to make it, and I would eat it. So
Yeah. So you eat deer.
he would mix it with regular hamburger meat.
Oh yeah.
Like it would be both meats because if it was all deer, I couldn't.
Somebody asked me to throat I got dry. Somebody tried to have me explain what deer tasted like, and I told them like a diet beef with a little bit of a gamey taste, not much. Like especially if you prep it right, get rid of that the silver skin where all that gamey taste is. Like I really think deer is pretty good. Like I think I said diet beef, and they're like, oh.
I feel like it is a very lean meat.
It is very lean, most of it. Like you wouldn't like. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like you wouldn't want to use like deer fat to cook in.
No.
Yeah, Randall says a red lean meat with a very light game taste. Yeah.
What's your guys' favorite way to eat deer?
I was telling them about the time I tried fried heart before. Yeah, I know that wouldn't be your cup of tea.
Not at all. Isn't it some kind of thing where I think I saw it on Man Eater where they like eat some part of the deer raw or something?
Oh, they called it. Was it called ceviche? He was literally taking like thin slices of. I think it was part of the tenderloin, and so would squeeze lemon juice on it and wrap up kind of like roll it with it was like onions and I'd have to look it up now, but it was something else, and he wrapped it up and they would just eat it raw. I mean, you can eat deer raw because of what it eats, but yeah, you like deer you can cook like rare or medium, like a steak.
I think if I ate it raw, I'd feel like Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, I don't eat sushi, so I don't know if I can get down with raw deer either.
Yeah.
Randall says deer fat is nasty. It's very oily and wax feeling. Yeah, I like even when I do like a roast or something like that, I trim all of that, like as much of that as I can off. I I forgot who it was. They told me they put if they when they do a deer roast, they kind of rub it down in like beef tallow and season it and then throw it in there. I have yet to use tallow with any of my cooking. There's a guy that I follow on YouTube. He when he smokes brisket, when it's I think it's when he does it when it's just about done, he does he cooks it in beef like drizzles beef tallow on it or something like that. Timothy says, I love it about any way you can cook it, but my favorite is backstrap on the grill, cooked to medium, olive oil, salt, and pepper. It is something about cooking a piece of meat with just a little bit of oil and salt and pepper to where the meat can shine out. It's that's how I cook my brisket. Just salt, pepper, maybe a little bit of garlic powder and onion powder, and I just like to let the brisket like shine. The taste of the brisket just shine through. It's just something about just a good old salt and pepper rub on meat that just this is great. All right, we do have one more scheduled segment of the show, and I like to call it Ask a Big Fella. Ask me just about anything you want to. I'll answer it. I know I put out there that if you guys want like advice or anything like that, because I'm trying to like use part of this show for like hunting and fishing, but I want to incorporate the second channel I have, the Simple Life of Big Fella, where that's going to be like vlog style, some cooking stuff over there, family trips and things like that. Want to kind of like throw out, like give out advice, and like I was, asking people to like if they wanted advice on anything, life related, or even if they fishing related, hunting related, and they wanted to email, or even if they wanted to share a story, or ask me like what would I do, they can send me an email at Big Fella Outdoors, and we could do it during this part of the show. I didn't get any this week, but I'm always going to extend that. I'll be more than happy to give you guys some advice on anything you're dealing with or anything like that. But if you have any questions at all for me or the missus, fire away. Randall says his best is. Why is it not choosing the wrong comment? Randall, for some reason, is not there. It is. He said his best is deer meat. Best deer meat is chili or deer burgers on the smoker. Timothy says he uses salt, pepper, garlic on his brisket. That's probably one of my favorite ways. Believe it or not, I'm allergic to onion, but I can use. It's weird. I can use onion powder. She laughs at it all the time. That was one of the things we were contending with when we went to that taco restaurant today. I was like, no onions, please.
And of course, they served him his food with onions, and he just looks at it and is going to pick all the onions off, but I've sent it back.
Yeah, she sent it back for me. Randall says, when are we coming to Georgia to fish with him? We are actually starting to pick back up fishing the 50, and I have not caught a fish down there in Georgia yet. But as soon as we plan to come to Georgia, you're going to be the first person I hit up, because I know you be tearing the fish up down there. And not that I'm looking for your honey hole or anything, but I would definitely love to be guided in the right direction.
We're actually just planned our trip. We let the kids pick where we're going to go for fishing the 50 this year. And of all the states we listed, they decided that we're going to go to New Jersey. So, New Jersey in June.
Yeah, man, we're going to, that's probably going to be one of the first family vlogs that I post over to the Ava channel, is the other stuff that we're going to do out there in New Jersey. You'll see all the fishing stuff over here. I actually had to Google like places to fish. I'm like, what lakes are in New Jersey that I could fish?
There's actually a lot.
Yeah, it surprised me. I feel like Jersey is one of those smaller states, and I'm like, man, where can I fish at? And I'm like, I know if you go north, like you find the Hudson River, and I'm like, I'm not fishing in the Hudson River. Like before I catch a fish with 3 eyes and 2 teeth or something like that. And so I forget the name of the lake that we looked at. It's in northern New Jersey. It's like Wild Pop, something like
Yeah.
that. I forget the name of it. I have to look it up and let y'all know. But yeah, we're gonna go out there and fish. I might take the kayak if I can finish building this kayak trailer and I get the missus a kayak. I might actually take the kayak out there and try to catch fish instead of just fishing from the bank.
Wayanda State Park.
Wawa yonder, there we go. What did I say? Wapapa? Yeah, I was way
Yeah.
off. But yeah, we're going to go out there and fish. They said it's I think it's both large and smallmouth in there. Pike, or is that the one with walleye? I can't remember. One of them has a good walleye fishery. One has a good pike fishery. Randall says, in regards to fishing in the Hudson, you didn't want to catch a fish that glowed in the dark. I most certainly did not. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this trip to Jersey. I was like, I thought it was going to be kind of hard to find a spot in New Jersey. I need to look up to see how much a non-resident fishing license is going to cost. If all of us fish, now that everybody's older, we're going to have to buy like 4 non-resident fishing licenses for everybody to fish. Part of the problem of getting old. If your kids get old too, now you got to buy their fishing license for them when they none of them work.
Yeah. Broke little besties we have.
Yes. Wouldn't trade them for the world though.
And I think they all picked New Jersey for different reasons.
Yeah.
Our oldest is very into the musical Hamilton, and there's like Hamilton places or something in New Jersey that we're gonna go see.
Should be a blast. I think there's like 10 or 12 of them. I think we're gonna try to do like 3 or 4.
Yeah. I think Isaiah wanted to go to Atlantic City, but I had to let him know that Atlantic City is not in his age range.
We will not be going to Atlantic City.
No, we will go to the beach, but we are not going to Atlantic City with
kids.
Yeah.
Especially when I haven't looked up the concealed carry laws of New Jersey yet. Randall said he might trade his grown kids for a nice boat. Hey, when they age up and you're not financially responsible for them, it is kind of like trading in your kids for a nice boat because now you got all that extra money for not paying for their stuff. We're almost there. Like, hey, I can see the pontoon boat getting closer and closer.
So I have a question. If you had to pick the vacation of all vacations, where would that be for you?
Like an actual destination?
Mm-hmm.
Man, if I had to pick, is it Brenda?
Oh, hi, Brenda.
How's it going, Brenda?
You're late to the game, but you missed this restaurant we went to earlier. It was divine.
Yeah, some really good tacos. Really good tacos. I'll send some pics in the family group so you can see. Randall says, yeah, until they move back in, it all starts back over. Yeah.
Oh, Brenda said her vacation would be with us. Well, come on.
Yeah. We got a bedroom or a couch or somewhere for you.
Trade places with Leo.
Yeah.
Trade places with Leo and you can come.
Man, I can't believe I got to think this hard about where I would go on. If I could take 2 weeks off, I'd probably go fishing in some of the southern states like Texas and Florida, maybe Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, all through there. Family vacation. Like if that's the vacation, if I would did one by myself, that's what I would do. Family vacation, I probably, if I could get the entire family involved, I would like to be able to just get like a bunch of rooms on a cruise ship and just go on a 2 week long cruise. Randall says we go to the Georgia mountains every year for a weekend and trout fish there. That sounds like fun. That's along some of the lines of things I want to do is just go camp and kind of like live off the land a little bit, like go catch my food or something.
I want to live the RV life when the kids move out. I'd sell the house, buy a camper, and just live on the road and be like a nomad.
Yeah. Brenda said her and Leo were just talking about opening up a restaurant with me, a Mexican and a barbecue restaurant. I think that would really knock everybody out around here.
Yeah.
I think we should do it. I'll smoke all the meat. You cook all the Mexican dishes, and we'll take everybody's money. What about you? What's your
Like
if you were able to go on a vacation by yourself, where would you go?
if I could go on a vacation by myself, I wouldn't want to go on one by myself. I'd need to enjoy it with somebody. If I went on a momcation,
Mm-hmm.
I could just go down to no, I'd have to be far enough that y'all couldn't drive to me. If I went on a vacation by myself, I think I'd go to the state of Washington and visit Jen.
Yeah.
Um,
You said my house. Come to my house.
That's where my family vacation would be. If we could get up and go somewhere tomorrow, I think I would want to go somewhere like Mexico or another country like Italy or France or something like that.
Eat some real Italian food.
Yeah.
Somewhere where they don't call it Italian food, they just call it food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brenda said, "Bro, we would be rich if we opened that Mexican and barbecue restaurant." Yeah, we would.
Amy, one day we're gonna make it down there to visit you. We got to wait for the kids to be able to pay their half.
Yeah. Randall says, "I'll send you to the place we go to catch the trout, and they cook it for you there." Oh, they cook the trout for you.
Nice.
Man, that sounds like my kind of trip. That I could catch it and not have to cook it. That'd be awesome.
That's how I fish.
Yeah. Oh, I caught a fish. Here you go. You got the rest. Clean it, cook it, feed it to me.
Yep. Girl math.
Yeah. Let's see. So you say you want to live the RV life. What are some of the states that you'd want to visit? Well, yeah, definitely. What would you visit first? You hop in an RV and pedal to the metal. What's the first state you're heading to?
I don't know. My first state, I would probably want to go somewhere that isn't so common and touristy. Like, I'm sure that there's parts of Montana and Colorado and Arizona and stuff that are touristy, but I'd like to go to those states and see the things that the tourists don't go there for necessarily, but are still exciting.
Brenda says, "Okay, good night, family. Love and miss y'all. Love you too. Good night."
Love you, Brenda. It's way past your bedtime, ma'am.
Yeah. That's 11 o'clock. Oh, 10 minutes past 11 here. Oh, James, how's it going? James just joined. Yeah, James, we've been going for about an hour, over an hour now.
Paul says Alaska's the only state he hasn't been to.
I can't wait for fishing the 50 in Alaska when I do finally get to make it up there. When I started fishing the 50, I was like, oh, I'm gonna try to catch a bass in every state, and I'm like, As I started, getting into fishing, I'm like, man, bass is not common everywhere. Alaska would probably have to be like salmon or something like that. I think that would be really fun to catch fresh salmon.
Yeah. James is late because he was fishing.
Oh, you're forgiven then. No worries.
You catch anything good?
I mean, you said they do that here where you catch it and the captain and the mate clean it. The hotel/restaurant cook and clean it up.
Nice.
Sounds like my kind of party. Party I can go to and not have I can catch up and not have to cook or clean up. James said he was catching bass on a Texas rig. Nothing crazy, just a local pond. That sounds like the pond I fish on Sundays out in Orange County. It's
The prison pond?
yeah, it's a small little private pond. Like I'm pretty sure there are big boys in there. I've yet to catch one, but you can go down there and flip like a little inline spinner around or hula grubs. I think that's what you like to fish with there.
The what?
The hula grubs, the thing with the two tails on the back.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like to rename fishing lures. It's a hobby.
Yes. And the chatterbait is forever known to her as the mop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, give me one of those mops to tie on here. I want to fish with that. All right. And pull one out of my tackle box. James said he's looking forward to evening topwater. Yes, it is about that time to get on some topwater fish. That's going to be one of the first things I pull out is a topwater plug or a whopper plopper. As soon as I start seeing dragonflies about, pulling out a black buzzbait and just paralleling the bank with that. See if I can tear them up that way. I need to get back into fishing with soft plastics. I'm sitting here thinking, looking at James's comment about fishing with the Texas rig. I don't think I fished with the Texas rig in a really long time. I think the last time I fished with the soft plastic was the hula grub, and other than that, it's just been whopper ploppers, hard baits, spinner baits. Like no soft plastics though.
Is that a fluke, a soft plastic?
Yeah.
Okay. The worms. The fake worms.
Yeah, those are like Cinco style baits.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll get you termed up in no time. Maybe you won't call a chatterbait a mophead no more.
No, I think I will.
James said he grew up fishing for bass and walleyes, so soft plastics were not my thing. So I purposely go out with just one technique to get practice. I hear you. I like doing that a lot too. Oh, pike and walleye is what he meant. Yeah, both of those have teeth, so you fish with a soft plastic, you might get to use catch one fish off of it. We have a version of pike. You've caught one, pickerel.
Yes, I remember when I caught that pickerel over in Maryland. Scared the life out of me.
Yeah, me and pickerel don't get along. Every time I catch one, it bleeds all over my boot. I'm just waiting for me to catch one day and try to get it off the hook, and it's like blood everywhere on the boot. And then I go to the boot ramp, and somebody's looking at my boot. I'm like, "Oh my God, are you all right? You must have bled a lot." I'm like, "Nah, that was a pickerel."
Somebody must be commenting on another platform because I saw it come up there.
Yeah, I think it was a message. Sorry, y'all. Miss. Yeah, I think it was a message. I'll have to look at it when we're done with the live. James said pike and muskie are massive compared to pickerel. Oh, I've seen some. But either way, those toothy critters are crazy. I think the state record in Virginia, last time I looked, it was a lake in Stafford somewhere. Somebody caught like 100-pound northern pike. I didn't even know Virginia had northern pike in it.
I gotta look up what it looks like.
Yeah, I feel like pike. I think muskie kind of looks similar to a pike. You know, just different. Yeah, you see the teeth.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's a no for me. And its eyes is like making direct contact with you. Like it's looking at you through this picture right now.
Yeah, old Mona Lisa. Oh, it was Randall said it was him and the missus that sent the place that they were talking about the place with the trout.
Oh, okay.
And he said that's big. He's caught a 45-inch in Canada. Up Northern Pike. Man, 45 inches.
What does that taste like? Have you eaten it?
Yeah, have you eaten pike? I'm kind of curious to know what they taste like. I've never ate a pickerel. People always tell me it's too much bones, even if you fillet it. So I never really messed with him. Yeah, it was a pike up there in Canada. That's one place I'd like to try to fish too. Is Canada. You probably catch all kinds of like walleye and different kinds of perch up there, and I bet you the crappie fishing is phenomenal up there.
Yeah, probably. I can get down with crappie fishing.
Yeah. You know what I'd want to do? I'd want to go like go fishing and get you get a mess of fish and put them in hobo packs. Randall said I never ate pike, but I have ate gar and it's pretty good. I've never ate gar before either. James said he's never ate anything that big, but the eaters can be good. The Y bones suck, but you either just work around them or pull them before cooking. They taste good, but some in rivers aren't as good. I can see that. Yeah, gar's pretty toothy. Nose pretty long.
Its nose reminds me of a platypus.
Yeah. I was looking through all my topics, make sure I didn't leave any out. But yeah, I am definitely going to keep brainstorming about that fishing fraternity. I definitely want to go ahead and get one started. Just got to figure out how. And like, I wanted to be across the United States. I guess there would have to be chapters, if you will. Somebody would have to head up those chapters. It sounds like a lot of work, but I definitely want to try to accomplish that. James said but he has eaten a ton of pike and walleye. Used to go up to northern Manitoba every summer with his grandparents. Man, I heard walleye is probably one of the best freshwater fish you can ever have. I've been trying to find somewhere around here in Virginia to catch them because I want to try one so bad, but I can't seem to find any a lake that has a lot of them in there. I want to say Lake Orange has them, and I don't know the last time they stocked them, but I would love to get a hold of one. Oh, you're looking at pictures of walleye?
Yeah, so I can know what these fish are that we're talking about.
Yeah.
I gotta know what they look like. This one doesn't have teeth.
Yeah, it does.
It does?
Yes.
Oh, these pictures are deceiving.
Yeah, they're not zoomed in. If you find one that like is like looking at you and you zoom in, you'll see them. Let's see. James said walleye is great, but I also like perch and bluegill or crappie. Yeah, perch and bluegill. I've had like plenty of white perch, plenty of crappie and bluegill. Um, like perch and bluegill especially. Like I call it like to myself anyway. I don't say it out loud. I call it like savage cooking. It's where I cut the head off, take the guts out, take the scales off, and just fry it whole like that. Um, I feel like like I'm not going to waste my time trying to get fillets off of a small fish like bluegill. So I'll just like cook it that way to try to get the most meat out of it. Just kind of pick around the bones. I love eating those kind of fish. Like for some reason for breakfast, like with like corn muffins or something like that, fried potatoes. That's how my late grandma used to fix it up for us. We'd go to her house on a Saturday morning and she'd have fried up some perch. She'd cut the head off, take the guts out, make little cornbread muffins, fry up some potatoes, and we would just sit down there and eat breakfast, and then do whatever it was we were doing that day. And James said he's seen quite a bit done like that. I guess like the proper cooking term for them is butterfly.
Yeah.
I mean, but without like butterflying it all the way. James said his grandparents would have pickled northern pike for breakfast. They're Norwegians. A pickled pike. That sounds pretty good, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Ideas. I said, I wonder if you could pickle catfish. Worth a shot.
We could try it.
You got plenty of catfish around here. I don't think there's a fishing hole that you can go to and not catch a catfish out of it. They said as a kid, it wasn't an ideal meal at 6 a.m., but they ate it.
You get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
Yeah, that's what my grandparents were always saying to me.
Yeah.
Now these kids got so much breakfast options that they can just throw in a toaster or an air fryer that it's not even funny. All kinds of waffles and brown and served sausage. I don't even know if brown and served sausage was a thing when I was a kid. You had to cook that from raw.
Yeah. Pre-made pancakes.
Yeah.
So much processed food.
Yeah. JV just remember eggs and Pop-Tarts.
Eggos.
Eggos. Wow, I need to get my eyes checked. That does say Eggos. Man, Pop-Tarts. You know, my grandma used to put Pop-Tarts in the toaster for us. And after, pop up, she would spread butter on the back of them. Those were the best things in the world. And cream of wheat. I grew up on cream of wheat a lot. Buttered Pop-Tarts and peanut butter and jelly toast. Of course, Scrapple. You have to have some Scrapple. The grocery store is closed. I'm like, I want some Scrapple. I might have to wake up in the morning to go get some Scrapple. I want some Scrapple for breakfast tomorrow. Jay said, that sounds like a grandma. Butter on everything. Yeah. I think she put butter in the cream of wheat.
I've never had cream of wheat.
Oh, I'm calling Grammy. Grammy Janessa's never had cream of wheat.
Oh, go ahead and make it up for me.
Mm-hmm. I tried making cream of wheat. I don't know what she did to it, but it did not taste like hers.
You got to ask her for the secret, just like with your 7-Up pound cake. She gave you the secret ingredient.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For those of you that love pound cake, I make a 7-Up pound cake that is it goes quick. And I'm probably gonna make a video on the Simple Life channel on how to make that. It's very easy. It's what flour, sugar, butter, 7-Up, like 7 or 8 ingredients, and I'll walk you guys through how to make it.
Grits, 50% butter. Yep, that's some good grits right there.
She had that at Waffle House this morning. Buttered
Maybe
grits.
not that much butter, but grits with butter is definitely spot on.
They were kind of being stingy with the butter today. And like, can we get some butter? And they toss one packet at you. One of the little cups.
Grits is what I grew up having.
Yeah. Grits with butter and salt and pepper is the way to go.
Yep.
What's the grits battle? Is it salt versus sugar?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Randall says grits with eggs in it is the best. James said that he's sad whenever it's got cheese in it.
Oh, I don't think I've ever had grits with cheese in it.
I think you did, but it was shrimp and grits. I think,
oh yeah,
up there in Winchester.
Shrimp and grits. It did have cheese in it.
It looked good. It had onions in it, and so I couldn't eat it.
I wish I could remember the song that Jalissa made up when she was little for how she needed her grits. She liked it to have eggs and sausage and bacon with the grits all mixed together.
Yeah, I remember. I'm slowly recalling it, but yeah,
See, more people on here are with the grits.
yeah. Randall said cheese grits is what we make when we have a fish fry. Oh yeah, fried fish and grits.
Yeah. Antoine's never had grits, or the big fella. It's never had grits.
Yeah, they know my name.
I try to get him to try them, but he just hasn't given in yet to try them. He sticks with his cream of wheat.
Yeah, Grammy's cream of wheat. I can't. When I make my own, it doesn't work out too well. And James said I'm missing out. That's what everybody says. I think when I try grits, I think I'm gonna do the shrimp and grits without onions. Like make my own recipe and go that way. And then I'm like, okay, yeah, grits are great. Indeed. Said he come. Miranda said comes to Georgia, and we'll change that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure cheese grits are good. James said he's particular. They can't be watery and just butter, salt, and pepper. That's how he grew up eating it. Oh, just salt, butter, salt, pepper.
Mm-hmm.
For a while, I didn't even know where grits even came from. I was like, grits? What's that? And I think the first time I heard of grits, it was an older movie. I can't remember any of the actors. Oh, James said it comes from corn. That's right.
I told you that.
Yeah, you
The
did.
bit of a corn.
Yeah. It was the first time I ever seen grits. I was a kid, and I think my grandma was watching a movie. Some little kid had did something bad in the movie, and the dad went in the kitchen and got a bag of grits and poured them on the ground and made the kid kneel in it. And I'm not sure how long he made him kneel in it, but his knees were bleeding in the movie when he was allowed to get back up.
Talk about a punishment.
Yeah, that's like child abuse these days.
Yeah.
Like, what happened to your knees? My dad made me kneel in grits. DPS would be like, what? Randall said Medea grit ball. Which play was that in? Was it? It was probably. I remember it being in a play, but then I think it was in a movie too. But I know exactly what he's talking about. Good old Medea. Oh man. I know one segment we didn't do tonight. I didn't plan for it. Was the first couple shows I did was the battle of, and I think the first one was battle of the soft plastics. We were talking about everybody's preferred soft plastics was like Gary Yamamoto's, like Cinco's or Young. What do you guys want to discuss last night? Next week, and the battle of. In which, speaking of next week, I would talk to that about that in a little bit because I got the big fella bash going on, so we might have to change up some things with the live. But I do want to talk about that. Pick a topic and we'll do like the battle of the best of something like that. But I think next week I'm probably going to do the live at. I gotta see. I think it's supposed to rain Friday. I gotta see what time it's going to rain. So I need to. I'm going to be smoking a brisket overnight. And I think I'm going to do the live while I'm smoking the brisket. Randall says the movie Diary of a Mad Black Woman had grit ball in it. That's the one. Yeah. But I think I will probably switch the live for next week. The live like this is going to be Friday at 10. Um, but I think during the Big Fella Bash, I'm gonna go live for a little bit as well. James said, "There you go. So long as we get some brisket shots, oh, I'll definitely be showing that brisket off. I got a vertical smoker, and I'm smoking 3 briskets that night. So you'll definitely get to see some brisket shots. I'll probably start those right as the sun's going down and let them smoke. Be out there with them all night, checking on them and whatnot, and then pull them in the morning." Rihanna said, "What's the address again?" Yeah, man, I need to. I think next year. I think when I'm going to extend the. I've been kind of doing the Big Fella Bash, kind of like for like local people, um, and mostly family, but some friends come from out of town. Next year, I'm going to extend the invitation out to subscribers. I know some of you'd have to travel a good long ways to come to my house to come to the Big Fella Bash, but I think once this one is done, I'm going to start it over. Like not start it over. Like make the Facebook group for it then, so you have like a whole year to plan for it. Um, Big Fella Outdoors isn't huge yet, so you unfortunately would have to pay your own way here. But if I could get this thing to where I'm able to like pick a handful of subscribers and actually pay their airfare and hotel stay and stuff like that, I definitely would do that so y'all can come on out to the Big Fella Bash. Jay says for a while there I had to avoid your Instagram so I wouldn't get hungry.
Would
Yeah,
you be eating good over here?
yeah, as you can see. Oh, Randall said, by the way, off topic, I enjoyed the idea of the Big Fella box you left at the dock. It was nice. Yeah, I decided to go that route. Believe it or not, we are in May, and I've had 5 Big Fella boxes contest this month, and not one single person has claimed the box this year yet. So the box that I left out there at the dock was January's box. February's winner has not claimed their box yet. So I'm going to give that maybe another week or so. If they don't claim that, I'm probably going to do something very similar and leave it at a dock or at a fishing spot. I've been thinking about actually like going to Walmart and like rolling up on people in the fishing section. I'm like, don't get any of that stuff. Here's the box of stuff, and just like leave, and then they can open it and see all the stuff that they got in there.
The way this community is, somebody would call the law on you.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's a guy giving stuff away.
Yeah, you would be Facebook famous in like 30 seconds.
Hey, that's one way to go viral.
But you could take one of the boxes with us to Jersey.
I probably
Remember
will.
when you went to, what was it for business? You went to Minnesota
Yeah.
and you left your fishing pole and all the fishing stuff you bought?
Yeah. When I did Fishing the 50 in Minnesota, I went to out there for work to work on a machine called a TCR. And I wanted to fish out there, so I bought fishing rod, lures, and all that stuff. I fished with it and left a nice little note, left all the gear on like a rock on a spot where people would walk by. And I think before I even got on the plane to leave, somebody had found it and thanked me for it. James said that's a saying I've won a few times over the years. Too many people who are out just for the giveaways, but then forget to actually watch the videos. Yeah, honestly, I think that's what's going on is they enter these contests, then they forget to come back and check to see if they won. I mean, I've seen like it happen too. It's like it slowly progressed to like people just watching the giveaways, and they didn't watch any of my other content, like you fabulous people are, which I do appreciate. Then they'll come back to the giveaway video and not watch anything that comes in the box. They just look at the end of the video to see if their name's announced, and if not, they just exit the video. I can actually see all that stuff in the analytics and with things like that. But now it looks like nobody's claiming the boxes at all, so I'm probably going to start leaving some of these plate things at different fishing places around here. And I think I am going to actually take one to New Jersey when we go and leave it up there. Paul said that's because I wasn't picked. Laugh like, I'd claim it. Randall says, do it to the ones that are not claimed. Find a kid fishing and hand it to them after asking the parents. Yeah, that's a good idea. I've rolled up on a couple of people with kids fishing, and yeah, I think that'd be a really, really good idea. James said, come on back to my van. I got some sweet fishing gear in the back for you. Paul says he watches every video. I appreciate that, Paul. I need to get my numbers up. But yeah, I think I'm sitting here looking at a couple boxes over here by my little editing area. One of them is Michael's. I apologize about that, Michael. I was like, yeah, I work up in Northern Virginia all the time, and I drive right through up on 17 to get on 95. I was like, I can drop this off anytime. And of course, none of my work has been taking me that way the past couple weeks. Everything's been south and like Richmond or whatnot. But I'm gonna get this box to you, Michael. Don't worry. I might actually try to get it to you this week sometime. But there's one, two. I know I have a box in my truck because I did the unboxing out there one day after work. But yeah, I think I'm starting leaving some of these around for people to find. We're gonna say he's still fishing with the gear he got from me last year.
Nice.
When we went to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Wow, that's been a while.
Yeah, because that was last year's spring break.
Yeah. That's a really good battle right there, James. The best mystery box company, because you got Monster Bass, you got Mystery Tackle Box. I don't know if Lucky Tackle Box is the thing anymore. There was one other one that was floating out there too. I forget the name of that one.
But would it just have to be like fishing ones? What about are there hunting ones?
I don't think there are any hunting subscription boxes. Somebody actually gave me that idea of like hunting subscription boxes, or they're doing like a hunting box. But that one, I feel like that one would be kind of hard because you can only give away so many deer calls or duck calls. You wouldn't be able to put any ammo in there because you don't know what everybody's hunting with.
6 cents.
That's the other one, 6 cents. Yeah, Monster Bass, Mystery Tackle Box, 6 cents, and I think Lucky Tackle Box, they're still floating around. But yeah, James, I'm gonna actually type that up because I can actually prepare next week's show and the stream. I'll put that in there. That's a really good battle of the a good battle right there. Yeah, we'll do that. Looks like Lucky still exists, but I haven't seen it around in a while. I haven't either. I used to get Monster Bass and Lucky. I'm sorry, Mystery Tackle Box and Lucky Tackle Box before Monster Bass Box came out. I got both of them. At one point in time, I was giving one away and keeping one for myself, but I let the subscriber choose which one they wanted. And then I think I got to the point where I was mixing both of them together and just giving it away. Now I'll do my own thing. Pretty soon here, I'm going to start reaching out to some of these like bait companies that like someone that's like up and starting, trying to help them get out there, maybe buying some stuff and putting it in a box. Jason, he got a phone call, so you got to head off. But have a great. It was thanks, James, for stopping by. Definitely appreciate that. Enjoy the rest of your night as well. Randall says, "What's the percentage of fishermen that don't use a bait caster at all?" That's a really, really good one.
I only like a bait caster.
Yeah,
That's my preference.
I do too. Like I have spinning rods. I'll use them from time to time, but I love the accuracy I can get in the distance with a bait caster. For some reason, I can't cast as far with like a spinning rod, and I could literally take the lure that I have on my bait caster off and put it on my spinning rod and try to throw it, and I feel like I can't throw it as far, or I have to put more effort into it. Little gnat flying around.
I think the only time I did the spinning rod is when we went for the charter, the rockfish charter.
That was a version of a bait caster.
Uh,
It was just I forget which, not a deep sea one, but it was where you hit the button, you had to like pull to that first guide. Randall says the only time he doesn't use a bait caster is when I'm flipping docks.
what does that mean?
If you're on a boat and you're like you come up on somebody's dock, you can like actually like flip your lure underneath the dock and get fish that are hanging out under there. Big ones hanging out under there.
Oh, I've never done that.
We don't have a lot of lakes that have like a bunch of docks, like talking
No.
about like the dock that you like launch your boat on, but like there aren't really a whole lot of other docks on lakes that we fish. Oh man. Anything else you guys want to talk about? It's 11:42 Eastern Standard Time here. Randall said his lakes are full of docks. Oh, I can imagine. Y'all got. I'm pretty sure y'all got a ton of like big lakes. I think around here we might have 4 or 5 big lakes. I could be completely wrong about that, but and when I say like big lakes, I'm talking about like over like 500-600 acres. Like Lake Orange, for instance, is like right around 100, I believe. So you got like Lake Anna's pretty huge. I forget the name of that lake that's down there in Clarksville, but that's pretty huge. Uh, there's another one a little further east. Like the lakes here in Virginia, a lot of them are small enough to where you only need an electric motor. As a matter of fact, a lot of them require that you use an electric motor. There's only a handful that you can use gas motors in, and even a handful of those you can only have 9.9 or lower horsepower. That is. Oh. Randall says within an hour I can be fishing on Lake St. Clair or Lake what's that? Acne. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. I accidentally exited the studio on my production phone here. There we go. Okay. Well, you guys, I think I've done ran out of stuff to talk about. I definitely appreciated you guys all joining the show tonight. It was lovely talking to all of y'all. If you please remind, I want to say like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's where I try to do most of my videos and stuff. I do post reels and stuff to Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. Follow me on all my social media accounts. all of them are named Big Fella Outdoors in some way. Just look for the symbol right there in the top right hand corner of the screen. That picture. Also, if you would please share the videos to your friends. You can actually even go on my YouTube channel and find these like the past live videos under a tab called Live. You can actually watch the past shows. Yeah, that is all I got for you guys. We're gonna go ahead and end the live here. Do appreciate you all for stopping by, hanging out with the big fella. But remember, next week's live is going to be Friday at 10 o'clock while I'm smoking my brisket. And then we're also going to go live during the Big Fella Bash for a little while as well. But you have to wait for like the notification to come by because I don't have a specific time when I want to go live then yet. But again, I appreciate you guys and I will see you all next week. Oh, I thought you were about to say something.
No. See ya.